Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. In this video, we are going to cover the current affairs. For mobile optimized ebooks, please install GKToday Academy app. For regular updates, please join our Telegram channel. The link is given in the description box. Now we have started a new channel, Civils Academy. You can subscribe to it if you find it relevant. Now, let's start. Krishi Bhavan, which recently won the Global Architecture and Design Award, is located in which state? So, it is located in Odisha. Name of this building is Krishi Bhavan and it has won Global Architecture and Design Award. It is situated in Odisha. Now, recently, Odisha was also in news because of Garima initiative. So, the Chief Minister of Odisha is Mr. Naveen Patnaik and he launched this Garima initiative to ensure the social dignity and economic safety of sanitation workers. Which mountain climber is known as Snow Leopard? So, he is Angrita Sherpa and he is from Nepal. Recently, he was in news because he passed away and he was a Nepali mountaineer. Capital of Nepal is Kathmandu. Nepal is going to host the SAARC summit. In fact, the headquarters of SAARC is also in Nepal. Rohtang Tunnel is renamed after which Prime Minister? So, it is renamed after former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Now, couple of things. First, this is the longest road tunnel in India and it is world's longest highway tunnel above 10,000 feet. So, it is world's highest highway tunnel above 10,000 feet. Now, if we talk about our former Prime Minister, 25th of December is celebrated as his birth anniversary and it is celebrated as Good Governance Day. And on this occasion, few initiatives were announced. First is Atal Bhujal Yojana. So this is a scheme of Jal Shakti Ministry and the funding pattern is 50-50. World Bank is going to provide 50% funding and rest will be provided by central government. Next initiative was Good Governance Index. So this index was also launched and then third was this renaming of this Rohtang tunnel after Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Recently, Lok Sabha passed a bill to set up the National Forensic Science University by upgrading which among the following institutions? So, right answer is both 1 and 2. That is Gujarat Forensic Science University and Jayaprakash Narayan National Institute of Criminology and Forensic Sciences. So, this institute is in Delhi and this Gujarat Forensic Science University is obviously in Gujarat. And recently, these institutions were in news because of this bill. At which of the following places India does not have strategic petroleum reserve currently? So, right answer is Bombay. Actually, right now, we have 3 underground strategic petroleum reserves. These are at Mangalore, Padur and Visakhapatnam. Now, these are managed by ISPRL. What is ISPRL? It is Indian Strategic Petroleum Reserve Limited. So, this is responsible for the maintenance and management of these strategic petroleum reserves. Pradhan Mantri Annadata Aay Sanrakshan Abhiyan, that is PM-ASA scheme comprises of. So, it has 3 components. First is price support scheme, second is price deficiency payment scheme and third is private procurement and stockist scheme. Name of the scheme is PM-ASA. PM-ASA stands for Pradhan Mantri Annadata Aay Sanrakshan Abhiyan. So, the 3 components are price support, price deficiency payment and private procurement and stockist scheme. Now, please read about couple of terms. First is FRP, then please read about Operation Greens. Which of the following is the only country to which India has provided financial assistance by purchasing its treasury bond? So, it is Maldives. And recently, India has provided the financial assistance of $250 million by purchasing the treasury bond from Maldives. Recently, Maldives was also in news because of its strategic agreement with USA. Maldives was also in news because of Addu Atoll as India and Maldives decided to collaborate for the development of ecotourism zones in Addu Atoll. Recently, Road Transport Ministry advised states and union territories to stamp International Convention of Road Traffic on the first page of IDP. Now, the question is, in which year this convention was concluded? So, This convention was concluded in 1949 and it is also known as Geneva Convention on Road Traffic. So it was signed in 1949 and it became effective from 1952. Now what is this IDP? It is International Driving Permit. Now the problem was that various countries were not accepting International Driving Permit issued to Indian citizens. So that is why the Road Transport Ministry has advised that it should be stamped on the first page of IDP. Now in the context of road transport and road safety, there is a declaration and it is Brasilia Declaration. Janak and BSS 793 are two varieties of which crop? So these are the varieties of BT brinjal, and recently these were in news because they have been approved by GEAC for the field testing. Now what is GEAC? It is Genetic Engineering Appraisal Committee. Now it is important to note that these Janak and BSS 793, they contain insect killer gene, and the name of this gene is CRY1FA1 or event 142. Now coming back to GEAC, so it is a statutory body. It is notified under Environment Protection Act of 1986. It is under Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Now this GEAC is headed by two officials. First is Special Secretary of Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, and it is co-chaired by the Secretary of DBT. What is DBT? It is Department of Biotechnology. Please note that this is a statutory organization. DPIIT has increased the investment of foreign companies in defense sector from 49% to what percentage? So it has increased to 74%. Now under automatic route, FDI in defense is allowed up to 74%. Plus, there is special national security clause. What does that mean? It means any investment can be scrutinized on the grounds of national security. Now, what is this DPIIT? It is Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. It is under Commerce Ministry. Please remember that this DPIIT is nodal authority for both internal as well as for external trade. Now coming back to defense sector, recently defense sector was also in news as government decided to sell 15% stakes in HAL. What is HAL? It is Hindustan Aeronautics Limited and it is under MOD. What is MOD? It is Ministry of Defense. Which country has secured first position in the latest FIFA ranking? So it is Belgium. Belgium is on first position, while France and Brazil are on second and third position. It is important to note that India is on 109th position. Now coming back to this FIFA, so Qatar is going to be the host of 2022 FIFA World Cup. Capital of Qatar is Doha. Recently Doha was in news because of US-Taliban deal. Taliban is a militant group of Afghanistan. Recently Afghanistan was in news because of Loya Jirga event. EVIN, that is Electronic Vaccine Intelligence Network, is being implemented under which union ministry? So it is an initiative led by Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. So this is related to vaccination, and this EVIN, that is Electronic Vaccine Intelligence Network, is being used by the governments, that means state and union territories governments in our country, to monitor the supply chain of COVID-19 response material. And this EVIN initiative is implemented by NHM, that is National Health Mission, and this is an initiative of Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Now coming back to vaccines, so recently Vaccine Summit was organized, and this is a summit which was organized by UK. Recently UK was in news because of D10 group. UK was also in news as recently UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson was selected for IG Nobel Prize of 2020, and it is important to note that apart from him, various other personalities like Donald Trump, our Prime Minister Mr. Modi, Jair Bolsonaro of Brazil, Putin from Russia, Erdogan from Turkey, and Andres Manuel Obrador from Mexico was selected for this prize. Name of the prize is IG Nobel Prize for Medical Education. So the category is Medical Education. Which among the following social media network registered 2.5 million US voters via its platform? So Facebook has registered 2.5 million US voters via its platform. It is important to note that in USA, on 22nd of September, this National Voters Registration Day is celebrated. Recently, Facebook was in news because of investment in Geo. Facebook was also in news as recently it partnered with CBSE for digital safety curriculum. So, these were the most important questions. Now we are going to cover important news events. Feel free to skip it if you do not like the format. So first is Judiciary, Judges and Administration of Justice. So this is a book which is authored by Justice R. Bhanumati. Next is Tamil Nadu. So recently Tamil Nadu was in news as it became the first state to launch policies for artificial intelligence, blockchain and for cyber security. So it became the first state in India to do so. Next is Mahila Atmanirbhar Seal Achani. So this is an initiative by SBI, that is State Bank of India. What is the objective of this initiative? Objective is women self-reliance, and this program has been started in Assam. Next is Sushant Kumar Nath. So recently he was appointed as IG in BSF. What is IG? IG stands for Inspector General. What is BSF? It is Border Security Force. It is CAPF, that is Central Armed Police Force. It is under MHA. Recently, Rakesh Asthana was appointed as the DG of BSF. Next is Swasnir. So, recently, IIIT Bhubaneswar developed this Swasnir. What is this? It is helmet-like ventilation device. So, it can be used like helmet. What is IIIT? It is International Institute of Information Technology. So this has been developed by IIIT Bhubaneswar. Next is H.A. Somshankar. So recently he was appointed as legal advisor for International Court, and he is the youngest Indian to be appointed at International Court. Next is Aaron Finch. So he became the first player in IPL to play for 8 franchises in IPL. IPL is Indian Premier League. This time UAE is the host of this tournament. Next is Joy Personal Care. So recently it has appointed Kriti Sanon as a brand ambassador. Next is Ghar Tak Fiber. So recently this initiative was launched by our Prime Minister in Bihar. So this initiative was launched in Bihar and it was launched by our Prime Minister. And this project, that is Ghar Tak Fiber project, will be implemented by Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. Idea is to provide optical fiber services. That means to provide decent internet connectivity. Next is Video KYC. So this is an initiative announced by HDFC. What is KYC? It is Know Your Customer. So it is a consent-based feature in which KYC will be done through video. That means customer's identity will be verified through video. Next is Suresh Raina. So recently he was in news as he decided to set up a cricket academy in Jammu and Kashmir. Recently Suresh Raina and Mahendra Singh Dhoni announced their retirement, and this time he is not playing IPL because of his personal reasons. He is associated with Chennai Super Kings. Next is 2020 Italian Open title. So in men's category, Novak Djokovic won this title. In women's single category, it was won by Simona Halep. In men's category, Novak Djokovic won it. Next is International Red Panda Day. So this is celebrated on the 3rd Saturday of September, and this time it was celebrated on 19th of September. The September month is celebrated as Poshan Mah, and it is part of Poshan Abhiyan. Next is Vibhuranjan Chaudhary. So recently he passed away. He was from Assam and he was music composer. Next is John Turner. So recently John Turner passed away. He was the former Prime Minister of Canada. Next is Car Dekho. So recently Car Dekho appointed Rahul Dravid as a brand ambassador. Next is IIIT Laws Amendment Bill. So this bill declares 5 IIIT as institutions of national importance, and these 5 IIIT are in Bhopal, Agartala, Surat, Bhagalpur and Raichur. Next is Monash University. So recently this university was in news because of world's first bionic eye. What does that mean? It means with the help of this eye, even the blind person would be able to see. And this has been developed by scientists of Monash University. And this university is in Australia. Recently, Australia was in news because of SCRI. So, Japan, India and Australia are the members of this SCRI, that is Supply Chain Resilience Initiative. Next is sanctions on Iran. So, recently USA imposed sanctions on Iran. Now, it is important to note that USA decided to withdraw from JCPOA. It is Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action. It is also known as Iran Nuclear Deal. And because of the withdrawal by USA, few countries started INSTEX mechanism. Answer in comment box what exactly is the objective of INSTEX. Iran was also in news because of its new currency, and the name of new currency is Toman. Now coming back to USA, USA was also in news as it decided to ban WeChat and TikTok, and Oracle is going to be the partner of TikTok in USA. Next is E-Peak Pehn. So this is an initiative by Maharashtra government. This is a mobile application, and this is an application for farmers, and it will help farmers to get the right price for their products. Next is World Rhino Day. So this is on 22nd of September. Apart from that, 22nd of September was also celebrated as World Rose Day. And this Rose Day is dedicated to all those people who are battling cancer. Next is world's first commercial hydrogen aircraft. So Airbus is going to launch world's first commercial hydrogen aircraft, and it will be launched by 2035. Next is Global Peace Index. So recently this index was released by IEP. What is IEP? It is Institute for Economics and Peace, and it is Sydney-based institution. And as per this index, Iceland is the most peaceful country, while Afghanistan is the least peaceful country. India is on 139th position. Next is first ever direct cargo ferry. So recently India started this first ever direct cargo ferry service with Maldives. So it will connect Tuticorin and Cochin ports with Malé in Maldives. And last news is related to Destination Northeast Festival. So recently this festival was in news because of new logo and song. Now the most important point about this event is that what exactly is the objective of this Destination Northeast Festival? The objective is to tap the unexplored potential of Northeast region and to make it available for young entrepreneurs. So these were the most important questions of today's video. Thank you, and that's all for the day.